Live here for a while now. This phone is only not even 3 months old. It appears as if I'm actually live this time. I've been trying to turn the camera around so you don't have to look at me. Uh, so welcome to the Firestone Smoke Break, where I just sit here and talk about a bunch of BS and not even knowing what I'm talking about. So I think I'm using I can't see what I'm filming because I can't figure out the stupid system. So anyway, you can see around my yard here, we got my little buddy, Arthur Fonzarelli the cat. Arthur Fonzarelli the cat. And yeah, there are 8 cats. 8 cats. There's another one. Hey buddy, what's going on? A couple fish. You can see I like the water plants. Now our yard's pretty tore up. The landlords have decided they like me so much they want to move closer to me. So they are moving in. Well, not really next to me, but next to the person who has the lease here in their name. Because technically I don't even really live here. So I can't say anything to them about moving over there. I'm definitely not their favorite person. You can see the yard's tore up. There's really nothing we can do about that. It's not our responsibility to manage a property that I'm not even really supposed to be. I don't even really live here, so it's not. So every time the yard is attempted to be taken care of and made nice, the very next day, the wild pigs have come through and they've ruined it. And so the attempt to keep this yard going has been stopped. We just don't even try. You can see we've got some fairly neat plants. Personally myself, I do the water plants. Got some hyacinths, got the water cabbages, and I got these ugly buckets that I grow them into. Another kind of water cabbage, Got my rare for Hawaii cardboard palms. Good place for me to keep my stuff here, where my friend lives. So yeah, this is the Fire Slug Smoke Break. It's the first time I've been able to get live to work on this new camera, the new phone. I started this YouTube channel with my 8-year-old phone, which is, which is 9 years old now, and it just wasn't working out using it anymore. Even though the camera on that old Samsung takes great film / digital pictures and takes great sound, the overall functionality of it was just not good. So here comes Pinky. There's Pinky Tuscadero. Hello, sweetie. What are we doing, girl? What are we doing, girl? Kiki girl. Kiki girl. So, yeah, this is what it's like here in Hawaii, on the big island of Hawaii. Nobody at this house owns a single chicken or owns a single pig, yet you're completely surrounded on this property by pigs and chickens. You walk off of this property 20 yards, and it doesn't sound like this because the neighbors around here are not managing their animals in such a haphazard way like is done here, which is basically a system of no management. And so you end up, the first time I saw this property, there was about 20 chickens and maybe 3 roosters. Fast forward 3 years later, and there's no less than 100 chickens and 10 roosters on this property. And when they run out of territory, the roosters go behind this property. So there's about another 8 roosters who've established properties behind this structure. And so you're constantly inundated with wild fowl trying to invade, looking for worms, pigs looking for worms. They push the planters over. And this huge pot right here, you can see is pretty big. The dirt is so wet in that thing. It weighs about 75 pounds. And I've had to move it over here and put it on top of that stupid ugly red thing because if I stick it anywhere else, the pigs just knock it over. And I'll come over and I'll pick it back up. I'll come over and I'll pick it back up. I'll come over and I'll pick it back up. It's really annoying. The pigs are cute. You know, I have no animosity towards a silly wild animal. But as far as being a nuisance is concerned, they're 100% a nuisance. Kind of surprised that the pigs haven't come by and broke this thing yet. You know, there's an attempt, I don't know if you can see in there's an attempt to grow a jade. That's a dragon fruit that just doesn't seem to really be able to grow. And then that what was a kind of snake plant, mother-in-law tongue plant that was in great shape, but got predated upon by some of the insects here. Kind of hard to keep collection in good shape. The baby pigs crawl right under there. We tried to make a thing where the pigs couldn't get to certain plants, and they just barge their way in there, and they just do whatever they want. Originally, these plants were going to be used for enjoyment, for trade, and occasionally for sale. Like you can see some of my water plants there. You know, there's a little bit of money that you can make from time to time buying and selling plants on this island, but it's a completely impossible endeavor, and you can't even get started when the property where you're trying to keep your plants isn't managed in respects to the animals. Chances are everybody's gone, and I'm just talking to myself. I have no idea if anybody's on this live stream. I got a little thing up here. Looks like somebody might have clicked like already. And then looks like maybe 8 people. I don't know. I got somebody leaves a comment. Pao Kekiho. Oi. Thank you. I do not I do not speak whatever language that is, which I would like to mention to everybody. And here's how much longer we've got for the live stream. I'm getting down on the smoke break. I'd like to mention to everybody, I really appreciate the international viewership that I receive here on the Fire Slug Miscellaneous Variety YouTube channel. As an American-run YouTube channel, the majority of the viewers do come from America, but India and Ukraine are running a really close second and third on that. There's sometimes where I get more views from India than I do from America. And lately, I've been noticing an awful lot of Ukrainians subscribing to the Miscellaneous Variety YouTube channel. Now, if you're new to the channel, this is a miscellaneous channel. You really never know what you're going to get. There's no stock niche. I make pretty decent music videos in long form, and my short form is obviously the short cat videos. So there's probably about 1,000 of you that have subscribed because of the cat shorts, and then another 500 or so that have subscribed because of the music videos. And then there might be 10 people that have subscribed for whatever various reasons. And I would just like to thank all of you from around the world, everybody from Italy, Australia, South America, India, Pakistan, the Philippines. Man, I can't even name all the places around the world that have been watching the Fire Slug Miscellaneous Variety YouTube channel. And day to day when I open it up, it warms my heart to see that people from around the world can't seem to get along on certain topics, but they can get along just fine on something like listening to the best fake-ass music on the line. So let's talk about that for a second while we smoke the last little bit of the cigarette here on the Fire Slug Smoke Break. What kind of music am I making? Well, I'm not making the kind of music I made when I was younger. When I was younger, we would get all of our instruments together. We would write some music. We would play 50 or 100 gigs, and then we would attempt to record. Then we would attempt to do something with the recordings. We would go into studios. We would bring mobile studios to us. So personally, I do have some experience as a musician on stage, as a musician who writes music for the act that you're performing, and as a musician who attempts to record albums and do the stuff. But you know, the world has changed. And so now I find myself involved in this AI music generation thing. I'm not exactly at the front of the curve, but I'm also not behind the ball on that one. So if you're wondering, my AI music is not the same. Most people who are making AI music are generating the song, downloading it to their device, and then uploading it straight to whatever platform, including streaming services, and attempting to make money on it. None of the Fire Slug songs are on any streaming services. If you want to watch Fire Slug videos or listen to Fire Slug songs, you need to do the YouTube. And it's basically because I'm pretty stubborn. You go to those streaming services and you start trying to put your music on them, and you realize that it's all just a lie, it's a scam, and they're trying to rob you, just like everybody else is always constantly trying to reach into the pocket of musicians who don't have money. So the Fire Slug music is not under the pattern of generate, upload, generate, upload, generate, upload. I generate a song. Most of the time, what the AIs kick out at me is not acceptable, and so I will generate multiple versions and keep changing it until I finally find something that I can work with that's palatable. Then I take the file and put it into a DAW, a digital audio workstation, and I manipulate. I tear apart parts that I don't like and I delete them. I find parts from other places and I put them into the song. I mix in samples from the sample library. I EQ the whole thing. I have been skipping the mastering process because if I master those songs, they come out sounding worse than if I don't master them. So I've been not even mastering the MP4s. So if you're wondering about the Fire Slug AI music, it's not generate, load, repeat. In the past, it used to take as much as 6 months to get 10 songs in the can onto a disc so that you could hand them out or sell them. I can now do 10 songs in 7 days. They're in my computer. I could burn a disc. I have not burned any CDs. I'm not trying to sell the Fire Slug music to anybody. I'll mention to you again, this channel is not monetized. This channel is never going to be highly monetized, ever. If you see any commercials at this time while you're watching the Fire Slug, that's not me, that's YouTube. There's no sponsor, there's no begging, there's no Patreon, there's no members area. I honestly don't want you to spend your money on stupid internet people. I'm sick of every internet MFer begging for money, making members areas, and then nobody goes to their members areas and they just post their members areas videos to their YouTube anyway, and you go and watch one and they're just the same as the non-members area. So nobody can even make a proper members area, and the whole world's running around giving them $1 a day for this stupid stuff. That's not Fire Slug. That's not Fire Slug at all. What I would appreciate would be if you just watch the videos and enjoy them. Go into the playlist, hit shuffle. Personally, when I'm done browsing my original uploads and I feel like listening to the Fire Slug songs, I hit shuffle. Excuse me again, I'm a smoker. The KSLG radio playlist is a artificial fake radio station, K-Slug Radio. So if you hit shuffle, it's kind of like listening to a really weird radio station that only plays songs about slugs. Cigarettes over here. This is how these smoke breaks are going to go. I'm just going to ramble on. I don't do scripts. And when the cigarette's gone, the live stream is over. So we're done with our cigarette here. And I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the progressive, hardcore, industrial, hip-hop, rock and roll slug, miscellaneous variety YouTube channel. Well, honestly, you never know what you're going to get next. And it looks like we're down to one person. And the time here, we've got a BMS Services is asking me what time it is. It is 8:20 in the morning. I've got just enough time on this cigarette to tell you that we get up around 3:30 in the morning here because of these chickens. So if you sleep on this property, whether it's inside the structure, on a pallet, in a tent, over in the bushes, it don't matter where you're sleeping. You're getting up early here. So it's 8:30, buddy. Almost 8:30, and I've already done so much. I've already gotten so much done. But again, smoke break's over. So thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate that some people actually tuned into the live program. I'm going to attempt to end this. I don't know which button to hit to make it end. Maybe let's try this little plus sign right here. Start a poll. No, that's not it. What's this? I'll touch this thing. What does that do? Nothing happened. So I don't even know how to end the live stream. In 15 minutes now. Let's see if this X does something. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Okay. Thanks for stopping by.